like this is what your life like. Try to live your life right. People really know you push your buttons like.
What's up, everyone? Back again for another episode of Dink or Swim. Today we got a special guest. My name is Cesar. This is
David.
And we are here to talk about David today. So David, real quick, who are you and where are you from?
Who am I? That's a little bit of a tough question, maybe in the past actually, but I feel like over the years I have kind of found my identity and kind of realized who I am. And I think that it goes through all the experiences I have gone through. But yeah, quick little breakdown. So who I am, I've been born and raised in San Jose, California. Lived there my whole life. I've only been out of the country twice. Other than that, I've been living here.
San Jose.
And kind of stuck in this bubble, I would say, in San Jose. So I've been always trying to find like ways to get out of this environment and like figure out like things outside of it, because for someone like me, I don't like to be like stagnant in my life. I want to constantly be moving, like having like many things going on and like just
Things in motion?
Yeah, things in motion, being very proactive. You know?
Okay, and then, so you went 2 places outside the country?
Yeah.
Okay, where were they?
So actually, they were both solo trips. What first was actually Japan back in 2019. And then the second was in Bali. I went to Indonesia to live for about like half a year to a year.
Wait, hold on. So you lived in Indonesia, in Bali?
Correct.
For 6 months to a year?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that, I mean, just...
We can dive deeper into that, actually.
Yeah, like what, that just happened, or how did that happen?
How about we back up more into a bit
Yeah.
about my history as a person here. So, I would say, I've told this story many times because I'm someone who's like pretty, I'm on social media a lot, and I'm like basically creating exposure for myself. Back in 2018, I was quite overweight, and through the years of 2013 all the way to 2018, I was a gamer. Like all I did was play games. I played CS:GO specifically, and I pursued professional gaming. But the reason why I did that actually was because it was like a sense of way of me to, it was like a band-aid, right? To mask my insecurities. I was very insecure of myself. Just for example, I've only had 2 pictures taken of myself prior to this, and now I'm all over like social media. I'm confident behind the camera, and the reason why is because things like overweight. I'm actually very insecure about my hair too. Like I went through like a lot of hair loss at a young age, and just many different things. And it's a lot of things that kind of out of my control, but also there's things that are in my control. So for example, the fitness side of things. I worked in tech, so I worked in tech back in 2017 all the way to 2016 to 2018 for about 2 years. And I went the whole traditional route of the 9 to 5. Right? I have Vietnamese parents, very traditional. So go to school, get a college degree, then work for a company. So that's what I did. And then eventually I didn't find any fulfillment out of it. And then, you know, a lot of times, like when we are stuck in this bubble, especially in the Silicon Valley, where we are fostered, like our path for growth, or like the lifestyle that we are taught, it's
Sorry about that. Dog's going crazy right now.
Dog's going crazy. Yeah, so we are taught a very similar lifestyle, and for me, that 9 to 5 life, I just felt super depressed because at the same time when I was overweight, I was going to a dead end job that I didn't really
you didn't
enjoy or feel fulfillment. So what it took though was a life situation, obviously, and then once that happened, I kind of, the first thing that I thought to myself that I needed to do was fix my body, because like I think your body is the vehicle that you will live with for the rest of your life. Yeah. So I went through a lot of like, I guess, adversity during this time, and then I just made a pact with myself. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna get my ideal physique, and I did so in 3 months.
You're gonna find yourself, is what it sounds like. You know, talking about identity, right? You kind of, it sounds like you were just trying to figure it out and try to find your like center of your happiness.
Yeah. Yeah. So I never pursued personal growth before this.
Yeah.
During the whole era of me like pursuing gaming, I didn't know anything about like bettering myself, and fitness was the first thing there for me. After about 3 months, I was able to lose like 30 to 40 pounds.
Wow.
And then that taught me many lessons.
Yeah.
It taught me that, wow, this is real. Like, if I put in the same amount of work ethic into other aspects of my life, similar to fitness, then I can achieve anything. And then once that happened, I started to pursue other ways of making money online. And I did my own research and everything. And I decided to quit my job. But with that as well, there were a lot of roadblocks, mental roadblocks, if anything, because prior to this, I was never able to keep myself accountable in doing anything else outside of like the roadmap that was pushed onto me.
Right.
Because when you go to a job, you're given a task, you're given a timeline, you get it done. But when you're on your own, you don't have that roadmap. Yeah. So I actually dilly-dally around for about 2 years. It actually wasn't until 2020 that I actually finally like sat down and like pursued entrepreneurship. And just a little breakdown, my dad passed away during that time, and like that kind of thing, like it's a blessing in disguise, because it teaches you that life is short and anything can happen at any time. So once that happened, like I just went all in, full force. And I built my e-commerce business. I thought I was successful at the time, but with any business that you start, like it's not all rainbow and sunshines, right? Yeah. So eventually things collapsed, but during these past 4 years, from 2020 to August 2024, I decided to pursue another route. I want to keep it down low, to be honest, but it's a very, very dark industry to be in. So I've been quite alone, like for this long duration of time, 3-4 years. I didn't really have any like, I had no social aspect to my life. Right. I would go months and months without texting a single friend. The only people I would see are like my family. The reason why is because like the industry that I was in, like it was very dark. Like I will be like a roller coaster. Like, roller coaster emotions. One day I'll be super happy. Another day, like I'll just mentally break down and like just be in bed. But then, I guess that can lead me to the next thing.
I think that's like, well, first of all, thank you for sharing all that. It's a very personal yet inspiring thing to talk about, because not everyone has the courage to quit a stable 9-to-5 job, right? I mean, that's kind of like, and again, this is no knock on anyone that has a 9-to-5. Shout out to you, right? Go to school, get a degree, whatever, do your thing. Like, if you're loving your job, you're loving your work, shout out to you, right? This is no knock to anybody. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, it's kind of programmed to us from childhood that that's the path to take, right? Go to school, get a 9-to-5, do that till you're 70, and then, or 60, right? Whatever retirement age is. And then that's it, right? And so when all of society is kind of doing that, and you're one of the few that kind of go against it, it's a very brave thing to do. So shout out to you for doing that, right? Yeah. I don't think you get credit enough for doing that. And the lessons you've learned and the things that you were taught in your successes, number one, but also in your failures, that to me is how you build character and how you build honest character, right? It's not about your social status, about who you hang out with, the friends you got, the clothes you wear, right? That's all good, do your thing. You want to show off, that's cool, do your thing. I'm not hating on anyone, but you got to treasure those experiences that help build you from the inside out. And I think that's what you have. So shout out to you, man. I'm really glad you were able to share that. But that brings us to
Thank you.
to where we're at now, right? So we're in this room together. We're connected by pickleball. How did you get started? Like what led you to the sport?
Yeah, so I would say since my trip to Bali and coming back, just keeping it like very simple. I lost everything. I went from like situation where like, oh, I thought I was gonna make it. I lost it all again. And then when I came back, I actually started to work in a restaurant. Like me, 30 years old, going back to very like part-time job role, and like I was broken. Like I didn't, prior to this, I haven't been able to talk to anyone. I haven't seen my friends, and then I was working in a restaurant trying to like rebuild myself and like just try to survive. Then I saw this thing on my friend's story, like, pickleball, what is this? Right? Everyone's posting about it. And then me, someone who has played tennis in high school, very competitive, I started to, I actually rekindled like relationships with some of my friends. Like they're always reaching out to me, they're always trying to keep in touch, like regardless of me like not replying, disappearing, things like that. And then like I gave in one day and they'd invite me out, tried it with them, and then I fell in love. To this day, they don't play much anymore, but Evergreen College was like the first facility that I actually stuck to. So I actually came out there by myself, just me by myself. I didn't know a single person there. And just like many of you guys, started to meet people, started to like build relationships, and then also found like love for the game, because like the reason why pickleball is so fascinating is like every time you come out, you're getting a little bit better, and you see it very clearly in the way you play. It's all through repetition. And yeah, I think. How
long did you play tennis for? Was it like, I know you said high school, but how long? Like 4 years?
Yeah, just in high school.
Okay.
Just in high school. I started freshman year, and then I finished my senior year. But it was all inspired through anime, by the way.
Prince of Tennis?
Yeah, Prince of Tennis. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So you started. I mean, so you have a racket sports background.
Correct.
How do you feel like that translates from tennis to pickleball? Do you feel like it translates pretty well? Are there certain things that you struggled with in the beginning?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When I came there, I thought I was hot shit.
You thought you were the one?
Yeah, I thought I was hot shit. Like,
Prince of Pickleball?
Yeah, Prince of Pickleball. All right. Just a reference for anyone watching Prince of Tennis. Mara dane.
There you go. Okay. So you thought you were hot shit. All right. And then what happened?
Yeah, I got humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I came out there.
Was it singles or you were actually doing doubles?
I was playing doubles.
Okay.
I was playing doubles. I had this big like forehand drives, backhand drives.
Yeah.
Like, so sometimes it would in 50-50. And I eventually realized like, damn, I'm getting killed by fucking. We have a grandmaster or someone that's called grandmaster and like, whip my butt every single time.
Okay. All right. So you came in, got humbled real quick. How did you fall in love with the sport, or what kept you there? What kept you going? Why are you still here to this day?
So, like many of you guys, I would say it's the community. I started to meet one person after another, and it's just great positive energy, great vibes. People weren't very snobby compared to other sports that I've played, and like everyone had like they looked after your well-being.
Yeah.
And they asked, "Oh, how are you doing? Oh, what kind of pad do you have now? Oh, it looks like you have a beautiful forehand, and then but I can also like give you some like criticism, like how like translate into pickleball. Like, everyone's always like very giving in the sport compared to other sports. So that's why like, I'm still around to this day.
Yeah.
And like just the constant growth. Like I think happiness comes from growth in the end, regardless what anyone says. It's the ability to progress, and pickleball it's given me that again. It's given me a social environment where I can go out and talk to people, make friends, and just be around like-minded individuals.
Yeah. I like what you said about being an environment for growth and receiving help when it's there. Do you also think a big part of why you're here is because you're able to give as well? Because I feel like for you, like you're one of the first people that I met at the hub, and since I've met you, you've always been someone to come in, help out, teach some technique, give some advice, coach when it's desired, right? Obviously, you don't want to step on anyone's toes, but you've always kind of been that person to help the community grow a little tighter. Do you feel like there's some kind of aspect of you enjoying the community because you're able to give back to it so frequently?
Oh yeah, of course. I always follow the saying, when you teach, you learn it twice. So when you are able to give, you're also giving back to yourself. And I think those are like the lines of fulfillment. You're not just there to take and take and take. So there's always someone who wants to learn. There's always someone we want to learn from as well. So that's why it's a give situation.
What's like the best advice you've ever been given?
Technique wise or just mindset?
Both. One for each.
One for each. I would say life advice. Listen to those in positions where you want to be in, or they are in a position where you want to be in. Because a lot of us take advice from people who aren't even in like a position that we want to move towards. Like for example, just our family. They want the best for us, but realistically, they don't know what we want.
Yeah.
Only we know what we want, truly. And technique wise,
I like that.
that's a tough one. But there's so many like facets to that. I would say you got to play the game, like Troy said earlier. And eventually you start to figure out like all your, I guess, your little like the problems you might have, and you fix them. Right? It's problem solving.
Okay. Was there like, what was the very first problem that you came across for yourself that you had to solve?
Pickleball?
Yeah, and pickleball.
Pickleball.
Yeah. In pickleball.
Yeah. Hitting the ball out, hitting the ball to
Oh, keeping it in the net.
Keeping it in. Yeah.
Okay. So you just kept, was it like going out or was it going in the net? Like what was going on?
It's both, because the tennis players, big swing, a lot of things to unlearn. So everyone says that tennis players all have a big advantage. Yeah, to some degree, but there's so many bad habits since you've hit a stroke thousands and thousands of times in tennis. Now you have to unlearn that stroke.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Shout out to the players that do both. I know Trin, I think she does both tennis and pickleball. Wani, I know he does badminton and pickleball too. That's crazy. I didn't think about that. Okay, so if you are new to the sport, or if you're a player that's, maybe been playing for a year or so, and you just hit a wall, what advice would you give to them?
Here, I would give advice to the newer player first. I think a lot of people don't know where their passions are and where it lies, and that's the reason why for that is because they have never tried anything on their own or given it a chance. So just give it a chance, go out there, have fun. Don't have too high expectations, just live in like the moment.
Yeah.
And that's the reason like we love the sport so much, because it's an escape from reality. And really, we're just on the court, we're playing, we're having fun, we're not thinking about anything else.
And you're there, like, in that moment.
Correct.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then for players struggling, I would say you got to figure out like why you're doing this, because are you here to have fun or are you here to progress and get better? So I would mainly sit down. And when's the last time? Like this is advice for not just pickleball, right? This is like for like life advice.
Yeah.
Because it's something that I've been trying to work on as well. Like, when is the last time we sat down with ourselves and had our full conversation? Because we're always on our phone, we have external stimuli, we're always watching TV, we're always doing something, we're always on the move, but we never actually sit down and like have one conversation, ask yourself questions like, why are you in this position? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Are you doing it because like your family, or are you doing it because you really want to? And just sit down, like really understand like these reasons, and then from there you can like start to dictate the direction that you want to move forward with. And that is like the advice I would give for anyone struggling in anything.
I love that. When was the last time you've done that to yourself?
Just yesterday, like every day.
So is it like an everyday thing? Is it like a reset a month? Is it a reset a year? Like, for you, obviously, everyone's different, right? Everyone has their own cadence and their own frequency on how they want to self-reflect and talk to themselves, right? But I do think it's healthy to really just take a step back, and almost like a step in, if anything, right? Like a step in towards yourself, and just really analyze, hey, am I happy? Like, am I in the right direction that I'm supposed to be in, or should I be going this way? And now that you mention that, like I definitely do it, but I don't think I do it enough. And so I definitely want to try that. But for you, you're doing it like pretty consistently?
Yeah, I would say so. So the example, everyone does meditation, or many people are like moving towards meditation nowadays. So I wake up early every day, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and then I don't even touch my phone.
Alarm, no alarm?
No alarm needed. Just wake up naturally.
Wired.
And then yeah, those are the times like you're just getting ready to like for the day, getting ready for the gym. When I go to the gym, I either listen to a motivational podcast or I have nothing on at all. And then those are the times where I just talk to myself.
I love it. That actually reminds me, we at work we're big on this this self-improvement philosophy that we're on right now, and there's this app called the Heroic app, and basically what it does is it gives you time to reflect every morning. You have affirmations that you list out every morning, and you have goals for those affirmations, and then there's philosophy around self-improvement. And instead of like listening to music when you're driving, you could listen to like a podcast or like literature on philosophy from, you know, Aristotle or whatever, right? Okay, so it's just crazy that you're talking about like this self-improvement, because I'm literally experiencing that at work right now. So shout out to work.
Universe.
Yeah, the universe. Last question. So we know about you, we know about pickleball, why you started, why you're still here. You gave us some really good advice, words from the wise. What do you have going on? Like, what are you working on? Any projects coming up? Any tournaments? Anything that's going on? What's going on in the world with David?
Yeah, so I'm not one person to give up. So I'm actually still pursuing like this, I would say dark or the most competitive industry out there. I'm still pursuing that. I'm never gonna give up until I make it. Other than that, just quick little breakdown. I've been invited to join this cause, this mission. With shout out, it's HappyDinker. HappyDinker. Yeah, and then I'm not gonna give their reason. I'm gonna give my reason for doing so. So I would say we're trying to. Our mission is creating something like an entity. All right, think of an umbrella. All right, an umbrella is like a safe haven from external environment. Mm-hmm. It could be the sun, it could be the rain. Like the reason why is because right now pickleball is the fastest growing sport in America right now, or even the world. And there's not many entities out there that can help facilitate this haven. Mm-hmm. So I think HappyDinker will be one of the first pioneers. And with this umbrella, as we create that bond, right? Your umbrella, you have a base, you have a stem, and that's the mission and values. And as you progress, you start to build out the canopy of the umbrella. And with that canopy, it's the network, people. And with this great mass of people who share a like-minded journey, like have a similar mission, we can move forward together and we can protect ourselves in all these. It's a tough world out there, right? We go through we have experienced many problems, and I think we all have like value to give. And by being a collective group, and we can all like help each other in whatever way, whether it be to go pro, or you want to pursue a certain industry within the pickleball community, or like it could be anything. Having the network, having people, you're connecting one person to another, and then like that's a team. You create a team, and then like you can move forward that way in business.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's a mission to unify the people, right? And have a safe place for those that might be struggling out there, right? Everyone has their problems in the real world, but you know, when you come together in a community like this, where we all grow and do positive things together, right? That's where the success comes in. So shout out to you, David. I appreciate you hopping on the podcast. We out. Thanks for listening. Peace.
See you guys. And thank you, Cesar. Great host, by the way. That was good shit, bro.